Welcome and welcome back to my channel, everyone. It has been a wee while since I've done any furniture flips, so I'm pretty excited to get into this one. I'm obviously making over this beautiful dresser behind me here. I've actually had this one for a while and I think I picked it up for about $40 on Facebook Marketplace. It's got a few dings and scratches, but overall it's in fairly good condition. There is some questionable wallpaper. I think it's kind of cute, but it's just very old. So we're gonna get rid of that as well. And I'm actually gonna try a whole new thing today that I've never tried before, and I will be bleaching some of the wood. Don't know if it's gonna work. Really hope it does because it is a beautiful piece and I don't want to ruin it, so I've definitely done a lot of research. I'm pretty keen to get started on this piece and I'm sure you guys are keen to see how it all turns out, so I'm going to jump into removing the hardware and cleaning it all up. Let's go!
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by. It doesn't make it easy.
I've got my little 2-compartment caddy here. I've got warm water on both sides. One side I'm just going to pop in a couple drops of Dawn dish soap, and then on the other side it is plain warm water, so that once I have wiped my Dawn dish soap all over this piece of furniture, I can then wipe back any residue with just plain warm water. Just a couple of drops. Okay, that was a little more than a couple drops, but you get the gist.
The other piece of my heart beats slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong.
I was fairly convinced that this piece was not actually that dirty. But let's take a little look at the dirty water shot, shall we? Look at that. It's so filthy. I really thought that it was not that bad. This is why you clean your pieces. So we are now ready to get to the sanding side of things, and I will be starting off with a 150 grit sandpaper and then following that up with a 220 grit sandpaper. So I will be sanding the top and the drawer fronts down to the natural wood, although to be honest it's 95% there anyway, just due to age. And then the other parts of the dresser I will just do a scuff sand with the 220 grit. Let's sand. I am now moving on to bleaching this dresser, so I'm going to bleach the top and then the drawer fronts and also the trim at the bottom. I'm just going to be using some regular household bleach. I looked at a few different options, so I did a lot of research online as to what the best option was going to be for me. And I originally wanted to go for a part A, part B solution because one of the websites that I looked at, which I will link below, it's called the Coastal Oak. They went through the different options of bleaching, so using household bleach, oxalic acid, and the third one was a part A, part B solution. Household bleach and oxalic acid were fairly similar in the results, and the part A, part B solution seemed like the best option. However, trying to track down a part A, part B solution is very difficult. So I've decided just to try household bleach because I already have it in my household. I'm going to pour my household bleach into a little glass container and then I'm going to brush it on. I'm just going with a foam brush for this and hopefully that gives a good result. Otherwise I can use one of my slightly more expensive brushes, but I prefer not to because they're nice and I don't really want to get bleach on them. little bit smelly, so I definitely want to keep my mask on, which I know is not going to be as clear for you guys to hear me. But I've put my first coat of bleach on. I think I'm definitely going to do a second coat. You can already see that it's working, which is really cool. So I'm going to go to somewhere where I don't have to wear a mask for a little bit and then pop back and do a second coat and see what that looks like then. Okay, it's working. I'm so happy. I'm going to give you a closer look. You can see it's definitely lightened up, but it's still a little patchy. I think I need to give it another coat or two. And then with the drawers over here, they're a little bit more patchy than the top of the dresser, so they will need a little bit more. With the bleach all dry, I now need to neutralize. To do that, I've got 3 parts water, 1 part vinegar, and I'm just mixing those together and wiping it all on. So it should neutralize the bleach, and then after that I will need to give it a little sand with a 220 grit sandpaper just to get rid of any of those fuzzy bits that have come up in the bleaching and neutralizing process.
We watch the sun go down over the same old town, like so many times before. We look at the same old stars, battle the same old wars, like so many times before. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay.
I've got my piece of furniture all taped off, so it is ready to paint, but I don't know what color I'm actually going to be painting this piece because I did a poll on Instagram between these 2 colors. So we have Seaside by Fusion Mineral Paint. Well, they're both by Fusion Mineral Paint, and it's a lovely blue color. And then Sacred Sage, which is the color of the season, apparently, according to all of the trend places, and it's a sage green. I really love both of these colors. My instinct is to go with Sacred Sage, but that is because I naturally gravitate towards green because it's my favorite color. So I'm kind of hoping that people vote for Seaside so that it's something a little different, but I don't know what they voted. So we need to just have a little look. Hop onto the Instagrams. Alright, well that is interesting. 64% voted for Seaside, the lovely blue color, and 36% for Sacred Sage. I'm actually quite surprised about that. I've not used this color before, so I'm definitely keen to see how it turns out. Let's paint! That was maybe a little too aggressive, but let's paint. Yeah, that felt better. Oh, and I'm using my Country Chic brush. It's the one with the angles, because there's a lot of angles on this beauty. It's so pretty, and it has really good coverage, which I'm very impressed about. Well done, Fusion. Well done.
So here we go again, it's no surprise, 'cause we know better than to roll the dice. So take this love and try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5 if you want more than to stay alive. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, so come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat,
I'm ready to pop on coat number 2. I will say though that this particular color of Fusion has really good coverage. It can be a bit touch and go with Fusion mineral paint. Like, I love their paints, absolutely love them, but sometimes the consistency is a lot more watery, other times it's a lot thicker, so it's very different. But this one is fantastic. It's really good coverage. I honestly think that I'm just going to need 2 coats of paint. I don't think that I'm going to need more than 2 coats because the coverage is so good, which makes me happy. And I've barely used any paint. This was a brand new pot, and I'm gonna, okay, tipping it is a terrible idea, so I'm going to show you in a better way how much is still in here. Okay, this is a brand new pot, and look at how full it still is after a coat of paint. What? I don't know, but I think that that's pretty incredible that it's still so full. So let's get coat number 2 on. Sometimes I show you guys when I put on coat number 2, sometimes I don't, but I like to show it when I can because I think that it really makes a big impact. In, like, sometimes the first coat is quite patchy and other times, you know, it's got really good coverage. For those of you who haven't used Fusion mineral paint before, it's the one that I use the most, partly because it's so much more accessible for me where I am in my location. There's actually a beautiful little boutique store that sells this paint, and I will link them below because I love their store. They have lots of beautiful knickknacks and different things, and the Fusion mineral paint, so it makes it really easy for me to access the paint colors I need, especially if I'm running out with short notice and I can't order any paint. Have you guys used any particular paint brands that you really recommend, and what is your favorite paint brand? Yeah, so let me know in the comments below what your favorite paint brand is and why you love it, or if you've got a favorite color from that paint brand as well. Definitely would love to know that. For the sake of continuing to try new things in this video like I did with the bleach, I'm actually going to seal this with a wax. It's the Country Chic natural wax. So this will be the first time that I'm actually using the natural wax. I'm hopeful that it will bring out all of the right kind of tones and colors that I'm looking for. So we're going to give that a go, and I've got this big old wax brush here. I just picked this up from the hardware store, so I have no idea what the brand is. And it will also be my first time using this brush. I'm going to give it a go and wax. I'm prepared to use all of my tiny little itty bitty muscles to make sure that this looks really, really good. Let's do it! Well, it is waxed, and obviously you guys will have noticed that as I was waxing the top, unfortunately all of that lovely bleaching changed, so it's now got more of like a yellowish color to it because of the wax. I did suspect that that could be a possibility. I was kind of hopeful that using a natural wax I might avoid that, but clearly I was wrong. So if you guys know of any better top coats to use when bleaching a piece of wood, please pop that in the comments below. I definitely want to try bleaching wood again, but I don't want that work to be undone like it was with using the wax. I still think it looks really beautiful and I love it, but I am a bit sad that that very pale bleached wood look is gone. It happens. The lessons you learn. I'm obsessed. I love it. It's so pretty. And well done to those people who voted on my Instagram poll for this color, because I think this color makes this piece just that much more special. And it's definitely a slightly bolder color than I have used in the past. I've tended to stick more neutral or green, as you know, which I love. So thanks for getting me out of my comfort zone and for choosing this stunning color. I also really like the hardware. I think that it works really well. It's kind of ties into the little keyhole a little bit. I love it. I think it's pretty. So let's check out the before and afters of this furniture flip. Thanks so much for coming on this journey with me, guys. If you like this video, hit the like button, and you can follow me over on Instagram as well. Until next week, I'll see you guys then. Bye. Why do I have paint on me already? I haven't even started. What is that?